Hello beautiful people, my name is Vendi and I have been writing a book. This probably doesn't come as any sort of surprise to most of you. If you've been around my channel for any point in time, then you know that writing is my great passion and that it's something that I do very frequently to improve my craft so that one day, fingers crossed, I can get one of my books published, or hopefully more than just one. This is gonna be really rambly and awkward because this is a very personal part of myself that I don't have experience sharing with the world, so there's that. So the reason I'm finally coming up here and starting to talk about my writing is because the other day while I was, pittering away on my keyboard, something clicked in my brain and I realized that this work in progress, this first draft that I was doing, I was actually proud of the words that I was putting down for it. It felt like something that I could, with confidence and pride and joy, send out and query agents with, and I genuinely believe that when I get an agent with this manuscript, it's something that they could fairly easily sell to a publisher. That's not to say that my previous writing is bad in any way because I didn't feel like it was the manuscript to push forward with. It's just this one that I'm working on now is worlds better. I've grown so much as a writer and my critique partners can attest to this. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears getting it to the point where it's at so far, and it's gonna be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears getting it to an even better point. And God, there's just so much to do, but I'm excited for all of it. There's zero dread in my soul, which I think is a very good thing. So in addition to my perceived quality of my past works, I think one of the things that held me back from trying to move forward with writing as a career or even a paid hobby, if that's what it has to be, was my own personal fears about it. And I realized pretty quickly on that if I kept all of it to myself, if I didn't share my progress, if I didn't share my actual manuscript with anyone, then it was just mine and no one could hold me accountable, and I didn't have to hold myself accountable because there's no one around that can be saying, hey, what about that thing you said you were working on? How's that going? And I know self-accountability is the most important thing, but I think that when you're afraid, it's because you're sort of trying to cushion your own pride. I don't think much that could hurt me more than somebody reading my manuscript and thinking it was absolute garbage. And I know that's such a first world problem to have, but it is a very real fear of mine, and I know it's a reality of writing as well. What I'm trying to say is that I've grown a bit of a backbone since my early days of writing, and I think that I can handle all of that now, and I think I finally have a manuscript. All my previous ones were like practice for this. I don't think I was as good a writer as I am now, so I couldn't tell the stories that I wanted to then. But this story, I think I'm telling it right. I have confidence that this manuscript, even when it gets, negative reviews and stuff, I feel like they'll be more than outweighed by the positives because I truly believe in the story and I truly believe in my skills as a writer to be able to tell it finally. And so that means that I have to dive in head on and not let anything stop me, not even myself. And what I'm doing right now, bearing my soul to you guys, is gonna be part of the way that I keep myself accountable, because now there's close to 500 of you, which is mind-blowing, but that's 500 individuals who can keep me on track if I fail to do it for myself. All right, I've been rambling a good long time. I should tell you what I'm talking about, I suppose. Hello again, my name is Vendi, and this is Work in Progress Wednesdays. This is the first in a series of videos that I plan to do at least one Wednesday per month of every month, wherein I update you on my work in progress's progress, wherein I update you on my future goals for the work in progress, and if I can, and if I feel so inclined, where I give you little teasers and spoilers about the work in progress. Of course, that last one is only if you're interested. If you're not, just let me know down below. The work in progress that we're going to be talking about today is a project that I like to call Project Gemini because I started writing it during Gemini season and there's twins in it. Project Gemini clocks in at around 35,000 words so far. I have just about finished Act 1 and I am stuck. If you're a writer, you can either be a plotter, meaning you outline and decide how your story is going to go before you dive into it, or you can be a pantser, which means that you just sort of have a concept, have some characters, and you fly by the seat of your pants and you just put words out there and hey, here is a plot thread that I can follow and now here is a story. I am very, very much a plotter. I need my outline. I want to follow that outline. I want to know how my story is going to go, and I want to know like the end result. So I know how my story is going to end. I know all the beats it needs to hit. I super outlined the first bit, and for the rest I was just like, we can keep this super loosey-goosey. We'll just mention 1 or 2 plot points that need to be hit and just see where it goes for the rest of the story. And that's not working for me. I found that my outlining is almost like draft 0 for me. It's where I decide to follow those little plot bunnies and decide which ones work and which ones don't. It's where I order them to see how they will fit together the best, and it's where my story goes from being like a lump of clay into something that's vaguely sculpture shaped. Before I can do the first draft, I need to know where the first draft is going. It's just how my brain works, allows me to write my prose in a more thoughtful, better, evocative way, and it prevents me from getting stuck like this. So for this Work in Progress Wednesday, I've told you a little bit about my progress so far, and now I'm going to tell you my goals for the rest of this month and perhaps beyond for Project Gemini. So goal number 1 is to do some heavy outlining. I've realized that I need to take a step back from writing because no matter what words I put down on the page, they're gonna be the wrong words more likely than not, because the thing about potential realities is that there's an infinite number of them, but the thing about the one reality that you actually want to follow is that there's only one of it. So statistically, the likelihood that I'll write the wrong story if I just sort of go for it is much higher than the likelihood that I'll write the correct one, the way that I think the story is supposed to go. I plan on outlining for an hour every single day for about 10 days. I'm gonna give myself 2 weeks to really sort of get it into a good shape. This might seem like an excessively long amount of time to do outlining, but like I said, it's more like first drafting for me. So it's a lot of concept stuff as well as this is how the plot's gonna go. This is the character arc that is gonna be moved forward for XYZ person. I just realized I can't tell you their names. I almost said their names and that's just not good. I need to learn how to not spoil my own book. That's fine. That's really exciting though. I like that. I like that my book is a thing that can be spoiled. That's really cool. So outlining for 10 days to 2 weeks just to get it in beautiful shape. And then for the last 2 weeks of September and the entire month of October, I'm gonna be doing like a solo NaNoWriMo sort of thing. I know that November is supposed to be National Novel Writing Month, but I think I need more than a month to really like sink into this story fully and finish that beautiful first draft. I don't want to give myself more than 6 weeks to do it because I feel like if I don't fast draft, and I consider 6 weeks to be a pretty quick time to write a novel, I lose the inspiration and like the heart and crux of the story. So it's really imperative that even if the words are ugly, I get like the heart of the story onto the page so that I can fix it up into a better shape. That's another reason for the long outlining process, is that through that, I think I can reconnect with the spark that made me love this story, because it's been a long time since I've started it and I need to find the heart of it again. And I think that outlining will help me do that because it has in the past. So outlining, and then 6 weeks of like writer boot camp. And then of course is November. If I need to use NaNoWriMo to finish this first draft, that's okay, because I have my last year of college that I'm gonna be doing right about now. Time crunches are gonna be like a thing hardcore for me. So there's potential that November will also be part of the fast draft time. And you know what? 10 weeks, that's still pretty quick to write a novel, I think. But I would prefer to use November as a detox month where I can explore a brand new story just for funsies to sort of get my brain out of the Project Gemini place that it's been in, so that when I pick back up with Project Gemini in December, I can look at it with fresh new eyes. I'm not going to be sending Project Gemini to critique partners, except one who I trust like crazy, and she's seen all of my ugliest writing, so that's a different story. But I'm not going to be sending it to general critique partners quite just yet, because my first drafts are what I call my vomit drafts. One, because they kind of make me wanna vomit, because it's just not the best, and two, it's because I sort of vomit the words and ideas onto the page. December is going to be the overhaul time where I turn it into something legible, and then I'll be looking for critique partners and beta readers. So in a couple months, if reading Project Gemini is something you want to do, let me know. I guess I should probably give you some details about what it is. So Project Gemini is a, per the ages of the characters more so than the actual content, a young adult to new adult, dark, Slavic inspired fantasy. In addition to dealing with deep mysterious woods and the creepy beasties that lurk inside of it, it also deals deals with the creepy beasties that lurk inside of humanity and how our relationships change and slay and build these beasts, particularly the relationships found between family members. I don't want to say that it's the story of my heart because you might have some concerns for my heart after reading it, but it is a story that's very close to me, and I really, really hope that it sees the light of day one day and that you guys can be as excited about it as I am. Alrighty pals, that about wraps it up. I am way less terrified about this whole thing now than I was at the start of this video. I hope this video falls upon you well and that you guys are excited to see more work in progress Wednesdays and just general writer Wednesdays videos from me. If you have a writing project that you're working on, please tell me about it down below because I just sort of want to spread the writer positivity in the world. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up, and if you like me, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. There'll be more writing content. You know what? Probably every Wednesday, not necessarily work in progress Wednesday writing content, but you know, tags and how I write videos, things like that. And my regular bookish content will resume on Saturday. So without further ado, that is all from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. It's not tea or coffee or anything in this. I don't know if you can see, it's just water. Your own expectations have lied to you.